Stop saving. I know you might be wondering, like, who is this one again? You have come again. Yesterday you were giving me effective methods to save, and now today you are coming here to tell me to stop saving, right? But before you scroll off, just hold on. I am going to give you reasons why I am saying you should stop saving. But you know, in personal finance, if there's any message that is preached the most, it is the fact that you need to save. You save. But sometimes you can't help but to question this reason why you are told to save. So in this video we're going to be breaking down all of that, and you will get to understand at the end of this video why I said you should stop saving. So hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Peace and I'm just a girl on a journey to building financial freedom, and I'm here to share my entire journey with you guys. So I hope you join in. Guys, don't mind my voice today. I'm not feeling very strong, so you might be hearing that crack, and my nose is all that, but I just had to get this video out because like this experience I had recently informed my reason to make this video, and you agree with me where I am going with this video at the end of it. So just watch through to the end. So let's just get right into it. So the other day I was talking to a friend of mine in the office, and we're just, because we recently got promoted, all of us that wrote exam in my department, we all got the promotion and we're all happy about that. So we're not talking about the monetary advancement that comes with this promotion, and how if we now get this money, like what are we going to do about it? So we're being a financial girly, I need to be talking about all those kind of talks. So this friend, I've never really talked to him about finance before, but today I don't know what, just like I said, we just got promoted, so one thing led to the other. We're not talking about money and all that, and this guy told me one of the most shocking things I've ever had. I thought I was like, I was dreaming for some minutes, but it turned out to be like, who he is or what he does and what he just knows about money. So he basically said, this one that everybody's always saving, I have never saved in my life. Like, the idea of always putting money in separate accounts for saving is not something that is, is not me basically. But then he now proceeded to say, if it is bonds or maybe treasury bills, then I am open to save. But anything that has to do with me taking out money every single month saying that I'm going to save, that is not going to be something that is possible in my own life, or at least based on my personality and all that. And at some point I got to understand, like, this situation might not be unique to this guy. It might just be that so many people have the same view about saving money. But at least the only consolation I had from that whole conversation was the fact that he was open to putting his money in treasury bills. So at the end of the day, I just got to understand that this guy, he's just more of the type that likes to, if he can just put his money somewhere and just forget about it, that is fine by him. But for the concept of taking out money every single month and saying you are putting it into like a savings account, maybe this account for emergency fund, this account for miscellaneous, this account for this, he's not about that. And I did not argue with him. I just, it's good to hear people's views sometimes. Then you get to understand where they are coming from. Because this now made me to understand that even me sometimes that, I have just grown this discipline of saving every month. I still find it hard sometimes. Like in a month, I will just be like, this money now, can't I just cut it by half and maybe use it for this thing I've been trying to buy? Like there's always just that one thing that you want to buy or something that you want to spend this money on. But obviously I've talked about how you need to automate your savings and all that, because that's the only thing that is really keeping this discipline intact. If not, I would have really had so many reasons as to why I am breaking my savings or just diverting it at one point or the other. So let's talk about this idea of saving. Like, where did we really hear about this idea of save, especially in these recent times where money now is losing value by the day? And it is not only a Nigerian thing, trust me. Like, the whole world is feeling it. Since the pandemic, we've still not recovered from the effect of that pandemic, that inflation is ravaging us. Our money is losing value by the day. What I could use 1 million to buy last year is not the same thing. That's why sometimes when I remember the things I was able to buy before this inflation thing, I thank God every day, because some of the things, especially if you are living in Nigeria where the dollar to naira rate has been something else, that you don't even want to find yourself in a situation where you have to buy something with dollar when you are earning in naira. So like, this experience has now made us to start thinking of, is saving really like something that is really effective? Even when we've been told to save, now you are now beginning to question that ideology of saving. That is why, like, now people are becoming wiser, and I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things I've started doing differently, because saving alone is not going to bring you to riches. At least I know that even your salary alone cannot make you wealthy. Talk more of you just saving it in an account where the percentage interest you are getting per annum is 8.25% at the end of the day. So in this video, we are going to be talking about all the avenues or the options I now use to manage my money so that it does not lose value compared to somebody that's just keeping it in their savings account. So now let's talk about why you should even save or why you should not save, if my friend is right or if I am the one that is right, because I've always been telling you to save, but then I now have this friend who is saying you should not save. What should you do? So I am of the opinion that saving is good. If you can save, it is very good. But the only thing that I like about the aspect of saving is the fact that it helps you to build this discipline that goes beyond saving. So it is one thing to have money, and it is another thing to put it into where it will grow and become something that is of value to you, or at least help you, aid you in your journey to building wealth. So I think that it is good for you to save. Then what you now do with the money next is what is important, because if you are to leave your money in the bank, it is obviously going to be losing value. If you are to leave your money in the bank, you have easy access to it, so you're always going to find one reason or the other why you should go to that account and take money from it. So for my friend who obviously said he does not know how to save, I feel like most of the things we hear, or most of the decisions we make as adults now, mostly stems from our childhood experiences with money, our parents growing up. And this, my friend, based on his personal stories, you get to understand why he does not really find saving as something that is enticing, because obviously I cannot share his personal story with you guys, but from what I've just heard and what we've just discussed over time, you get to understand why this person is deciding not to save. And that is the case for many people. Everybody has their own personal stories, so you find that someone else might be seeing reasons why they should save, another person will be saying okay, they don't want to save, as in the case of this my friend now. But I am of the opinion that it is good to save. It's just what you do after you save that is what matters. Now that we've talked about whether you should save or not, what should you now do with this your money that you saved over time? So for me, who has been looking for all the avenues, thinking of ways that I am going to make money that is going to help me live in that glass house where rain will be falling constantly, I imagine this house every day. So I already have this dream house pictured. I need to make enough money to build that house or achieve this my goal of living in a glass house with rain falling every single day, because I'm a girl who loves rain. But now what should I now do if I am one that is just starting and I need to know what to do with this my money that I have saved? First things first, you need to put this your savings into high yield savings accounts. It's not just keeping it in the bank. So I've shared at some point on this channel that interest rate is 30% of the monetary policy rate. So you find that at the end of the year, per annum, what you are getting on your account, if you don't have access to this account more than 4 times in a month, is 8% per annum. So this is going to be divided through, and for you to operate a normal savings account, of which most Nigerians, we even convert our current account, we convert our savings account and treat it like a current account. So many of us don't even have access to the interest on this account, because you should not have access to your account more than 4 times in a month for you to be entitled to the interest that is going to be given on that account. But then when there is the option of keeping your money in a high yield savings account like Piggyvest, Cowrywise, there are so many options out there now. It is better for you to put whatever money you are trying to save in this account. While they are yielding you interest, you have lesser access to them, unlike your bank account, which you can just swipe your ATM card every time and just use that money. But putting your money in this high yield savings account, investing it in stocks, buying land for land banking, and keeping all these are ways that you can save your money. Or it's not just saving now, going beyond saving. This is how you can take care of it. Like my friend now, at least he even agreed to the fact that he can put his money in treasury bills. All that matter is that when he puts his money there, he forgets about it. So there are people like this. So you now choose where you are. If you are one like me that I'm more about I save and then I now invest it, fine. If you are like my friend who feels like he cannot be taking out money every month, all that matter is that you build that consistency of saving constantly. Now, where are the options you can put your money in? For me, on my TikTok, if you follow me on TikTok, I've talked about how recently, or not too recent, in the last 2 years or so, I have just created this habit of where every single month I will remove 100,000 naira out of my salary to put in either Piggyvest or invest it in stocks. So I do this alternatively. This month I'll put in Piggyvest, the next month I'll put it in stocks. Whatever salary you are earning, whatever you feel comfortable with, this is what you are going to do. Or at least it has been working for me so far. I have now created a habit of constantly saving, when you now look at your savings portfolio at the end of the year, you find that you've achieved so much. Just choose whatever number is okay, maybe using the 50-30-20 rule. I've come back to that rule again, but using either the 50-30-20 rule or choosing whatever you are comfortable saving. All that matter is that you create this habit of constantly saving. So choose whichever option, either putting it in a high yield savings account, investing it in stocks. If you want to use my method, fine, you are very much welcome, either alternating it month by month, and then over time investing in land, because these are things that are going to add value to you keeping your money there. So it's just like you saying your money is working, unlike if you just keep it in your bank account. For your bank account, you can keep your everyday money that you need for your day-to-day activities there. Even your emergency funds, I will not advise you keep it in your bank because it is basically yielding you nothing. Why don't you put it in this high yield savings account where it is yielding you more money? So now these are some of the options you can use to save your money. If you are like my friend who does not really believe in savings, which even prompted me to do this video in the first place, because that day it felt like a real shock, but I understand where he's coming from based on the fact that you have to take into consideration his family background, how he grew up, what he perceives money as. People have different ideas about money, but if you can think of going beyond saving, if you don't have that bone for saving, you can decide to always put your money in this, like treasury bills, bonds, investing in land, investing in stocks, investing in putting your money in a high yield savings account. There are many options that I've given you now. Just think about whichever one you feel more comfortable with and go with it. And lastly, if you are one that finds it hard to do this, you can always automate your savings. This is one of the easiest ways to create the habit of saving. So if you are one that you don't really like every month you are taking out money here, if you automate your savings, then it goes directly to these accounts that you have set out for it. Maybe even your Piggyvest, which is something that you can schedule, because I know that on my Zenith Bank app you can schedule your savings, you can schedule a transfer. So all these are options that can help you to get over that hurdle of saying that, oh, I don't really like saving, I don't really like the idea of taking out money every single month. But if you are one that is interested in savings and you have your future in mind, you have to you have to grow that discipline of saving, and then you find that you end up reaping the benefits at the end of the day. And while doing this, make sure to always have emergency funds, miscellaneous funds that can help you to take care of immediate issues that come up, so that you don't have to go to that your savings account that you have created, that you are trying to save up and make up for your future. It is always advised that you have 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses as your emergency funds. So if you take care of all this, I don't think you have any issues. You can be like my friend and still live a good life and have a financially secure future. So you don't really have to follow the bandwagon of save, or you just need to know where you really belong and just create systems around your life that will help you to know that you are secure at the end of the day. So guys, this is all I have to share with you today. Let me know in the comment section, are you one that is like my friend who does not really like saving? You say every month it just feels like a hassle to you to save, or are you one that has found systems around this that is now helping you to save even when you don't really like the idea of saving? I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. If you really like this video, check out this other video I made here. It will definitely help you in your journey to learning how to save, how to become more disciplined with your savings. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.